What could you do with $7,200? You could maybe put a down payment on a nice car, buy yourself a Rolex watch, or maybe invest it into a savings account. $7,200 may seem like a lot at once, but is it enough to live off for just a year? Most people would argue no. With the cost of living in the US being at an all-time high, the average Texan would need to make significantly more than $7,200 a year. Yet, that is what Texas lawmakers make in a year. $7,200, or $600 a month. That is $5,800 less than the estimated poverty line, which is $12,588. So why do Texas lawmakers make so little? The answer is fairly simple. It's in our state constitution. Members of the legislature shall receive from the public treasury a salary of $600 per month, unless a greater amount is recommended by the Texas Ethics Commission and approved by the voters of that state, in which case the salary is that amount. That was Article 3, Section 24 of the Texas State Constitution. Any changes to the state constitution, like raising lawmaker pay, requires a vote by the Texas voters. That is part of the reason why pay has not changed in nearly half a century. Dr. Jose Villalobos is a professor of political science at the University of Texas at El Paso, and he believes the lack of change does play into public perception.
I would say the fact that the public is not that aware, right? Or it's to some extent, I don't think it's not a very highly salient issue on the minds of Texans, right? Texans for good reason are, there's so many other things to be concerned about, right? Their own income levels.
In other words, Texans are too worried about other issues to be focused on how much their state representative makes in a year. So why does this all matter? Well, the people serving right now may not fully reflect the demographic that they represent. Most lawmakers have a second high-paying job, leaving the legislative part of their duties in the back burner. In El Paso, State Reps Eddie Morales and Joe Moody are lawyers, while Lina Ortega is a retired attorney, and Texas State Senator Cesar Blanco is a legal consultant, all very high-paying jobs that most El Pasoans do not have. These representatives live in an entirely different tax bracket than who they represent. This is not to say they cannot serve because they have money, but the pattern is repeated across the state. This inevitably boxes out low-income individuals, usually those in marginalized communities, from legislating and representing the vast majority of Texans.
Plenty of very talented people of all backgrounds who aspire to be in these kinds of positions, and we've had an increased number of people from diverse backgrounds serving. But the challenges are there, and the argument can be made: if you raise that pay, if you make it closer to just a livable wage, it just makes it easier for everyone to be able to run and to be.
Change may come soon, though, through unorthodox manners, as one state rep has made an effort to increase representative pay.
There is recently this state rep from Austin, Gina Hinojosa. She has put forth a proposal, and it's tied into a bill that's actually looking to raise teacher pay. But some people some of the representatives are not in agreement with the amount of money being proposed, and so it's kind of an uphill battle.
The bill in question is House Bill 31, which has been sitting on the House floor since February. For now, Texas lawmakers will still only make $7,200 a year, which ranks amongst the lowest in the country in terms of salary. For Border Zine, this is Emmanuel Rivas Valenzuela.